Warren, I mean, it was widely regarded as your first sort of big test, having to go out in Melbourne for the first time last week. You passed that with flying colours. Is this a bigger one, taking on the champions, even though you're at home?
I think every game we want to approach it the same. Every game's a test. Every game we want to try and get better ourselves. You know, that's the bit that we're striving for at the minute. Just getting everything that we have a clear picture of what we're doing with and without the ball. So I wouldn't say it's a bigger test. It's just every game for ourselves. We've got to have, you know, demands on us really.
You said you're not playing all that well, but you're keeping.
Well, you keep saying that.
You only keep conceding. Well, you're saying you're not playing all that pretty, but you
want to play better.
One goal.
Yeah,
does that mean you're doing stuff without the ball a lot better than what you're doing with it?
It's easier to do though, isn't it? I think it's easier to be organised and hard-working and do those things. You know, if you really want to. There's always the opposition trying to stop you do creative things as well. You know, so it's twofold. I think if you really want to run and close and chase and get back in and put your body on the line and be brave and have got an inner strength and an aptitude to do it, you can try and do them things. The other stuff is the hardest thing in football, isn't it? You know, that's why the big bucks go to some players who do real special things, and there's always the opposition trying to stop you doing as well with their game plan. You know, stop you hurting them. So it's twofold for me. You want the lot, you know, you want the lot with and without the ball. You've a clear picture of what you want to see, and we've just got to keep working in ways that everybody sees that picture, and then you lot and the fans and everybody sees them pictures better, really.
Warren, what would it mean to beat Sydney FC tomorrow?
Obviously, you know, I think we're all, you know, I've mentioned the cup game enough that, you know, regardless of whatever's gone in the league, you want to put up a better show than we did that night. So we know they're a good side. We know that everybody's favourites for the league. You know, from the start of the season, they've some good players. They've got a good manager. They do the jobs. They're well organised with and without the ball, and you pretty much see a little bit that people might talk and say, well, Sydney do this or they do that, but then you've got to stop them doing it, haven't you? You know, everybody looked at Barcelona for a while and go, well, they play great football and they do this, but then nobody can stop them doing them things. You know, and Sydney are into a routine that they do certain things well, and they've done it well consistently over a period of time, and they've won games by doing that. So that's how you want your own team to be like, really.
You learn. That didn't really answer the question. I mean, what would it mean for your club to beat, you know, title favourites and title holders?
Well, it's a game that we want to win every game, so it's no bigger and no less than that. It's the 5th game of the season, which is just early in the season, that you want to win every game. So
you've mentioned the cup game obviously before and a few times before. Is it a matter of then personal pride coming up against them, you know, a month or two later, and it's a real chance to show, okay, this is where we were, this is where we are now? Maybe not even just for you personally, but you said that you sort of looked at yourself after that, but are you putting on the players as well?
I think we all felt that, you know, after that game. So, you know, you're looking at pride as a big thing that you want the club to display, and everybody connected with the club to display their pride in working for the club or playing for the club. So, you know, it gives you a chance to show that. You can only do that with your actions, can't you? I think football, you get a chance when you're a player to show it actually on the pitch. So that's what we're looking to do tomorrow night.
We'll see it illustrated tomorrow night, but sitting here now, do you think, or how much do you think you've improved since that game?
I think we've improved on certain aspects of it. There's certain things, or there's certain curveballs just before that game that threw us a little bit anyway from the things that we were doing pre-season. You know, I suppose tomorrow night will tell that if we've improved or learnt or got better. You know, out on the pitch is the only way you can prove that anyway.
Did you learn much about Sydney that night, or was it more the way you guys played?
A bit of both, really. I don't think we could be that bad again. You know, so you see bits of it. I didn't particularly think Sydney had to play that great either. I didn't think they played great on the night either. They didn't have to, you know, because we were that bad. So, you know, tomorrow's a new game that you want us to be the best that we can be. You know, that's what we're looking for, that we're actually the best that we can be.
Who comes in for Osama?
Good try. It's a very good one.
Who are you thinking about, or how do you think?
Well, obviously, there's loads of people in the squad that are staking a claim. You know, I think I mentioned last week that the training, particularly the 2 or 3 days in the middle of the week, was really good, and everybody's chomping at the bit to put themselves forward. So we'll look at that, assess everybody tomorrow, and then decide before the game. Really.
Can Scott Jamison play, or is he out?
Again, we'll just look at that, you know, tomorrow before the game and just assess. Give everybody time, you know, to see who's available and make our decision late tomorrow. It's a quicker turnaround that you normally have anyway, so we give everybody time and then see who's available tomorrow night.
Has he trained much this week?
He's not done a great deal, no.
This week we had probably the biggest off-season signing, Massimo Maccarone of Brisbane Roar, say he's not used to the poor crowds in the A-League. It's something that's followed this club around for the last few years. It just doesn't seem to get the crowds that the football deserves. How important is a strong crowd when it's 1v2 tomorrow night?
It'd be nice to you know, to see plenty of people, you know, at the stadium. I think, you know, it's good. I don't necessarily agree. I think the atmospheres at the games so far, all the games we've been at have been good. So, you know, I'm not really aware of that comment. So, yeah, I think obviously every team in the league wants to attract more people and more spectators. You're in a country where you've got a lot of sports and a lot of competition against different sports, and we want to, as a league, you know, have the brand that people want to come and watch and want to support all the teams in the league.
I think we know now you're not going to tell us anything about selection, but you have to make at least one change this week. For the guys, because it's been remarkably settled, for the guys that have been sort of sitting there on the bench for most of the first 4 games, how do you make sure that they're, you know, 100% right to come in and play, you know, knowing...
Well, we've tried to keep doing top-ups with them and extra and push them, and it's not punishment if you do extra training. You make it really hard for them. You're trying to give them the best possible chance to be in the best condition they can be when they get a chance to play. You know, so we do that as much as we can with the ball. There's certain little top-up runs that you've done that are hard, that we know spike them or give them certain things, either endurance-based or intensity-based or speed endurance-based or actual pure speed. So you mix it around like that so that when they do get opportunity, they can give a good account of themselves.
Warren, I know it's only 4 games in. You made the best start this club's ever made. If you were to beat, and it's hypothesis, if you were to beat Sydney tomorrow night, I think you'd be 5 points clear at least overnight. Would that be a big statement about City's capacity to go all the way and win the championship this year?
I don't think so. I think tomorrow night's a game that you want to win, and no more, no less than that. You know, whoever wins tomorrow night isn't guaranteed to win the league. That's for sure. So, you know, it's no different than any other game that we play this season. You want to win it, and that's it. But whatever the result, you want to win the next game. You know, come the week after, and then whatever result in that, you want to win in the next game the week after. That's the only way that you can approach games, just one game at a time, and try and prepare as well as you can during the week. Prepare the players that they know the jobs, know the roles, and give everything we possibly can to win every game we play in.
You will have Canadian available if you wanted this weekend, won't you?
Yeah, we've got a good bill of health really, apart from obviously Malik unavailable.
It's maybe a stupid question, but about Timmy, like, is it in your head at all that obviously he's got massive games for Socceroos coming up next weekend, probably will play a big part, at least in one of the legs, and sort of as a club boss want to see him get some minutes under his belt before he heads away, or is it just they're just 2 totally separate entities?
I think even in all the preparation, you know, for Timmy, you've talked about a plan for him for the season, for this club, and obviously international as well, because the things go hand in hand. You know, we've had to manage through that period when he's away, but also we had to try and find, because we knew he's not available for the first game or so because he's away with Australia, you're still trying to give him a lot of extra top-up training so that even though he couldn't play in our game at Shepparton, say, you know, or Adelaide, because we're still, after the Sydney one, you're trying to find a winning formula going in for the first game of the season. We're still doing all the staff as much as they possibly can so that he's capable of giving a good account of himself, you know, for Australia as well. And I think you know, obviously scored 2 goals in that game and played 120 minutes. So, you know, the extra work that the staff do behind the scenes here with all the players, you know, I think is really good. You know, it's a credit to the staff that work here.
What about Sydney? I mean, you've talked about them having good players, a good coach, good organisational structure. How do you break that down? I mean, and you made no secret earlier of your admiration for that and how you wanted to, if you like, replicate that.
Well, we've got to look at the areas of the pitch that we think we can do that, you know, and try and target those areas and those players that, you know, but then again, that's no different than preparing for Adelaide or any other team.
Well, where do you think you can do that? Where can
I'm
you?
not going to tell you that, you know, and you know, I'm not going to talk about the things that, you know, before the game.
Not in specific terms, but so you don't think they've got any weaknesses?
Yeah, I think they've got some weaknesses, yeah, but I'm not really going to talk about, you know, that openly before the game.